Hi, Professor Height. I'm Marzi. Nice to see you again, or you're seeing me at least. Um, okay, our project. We started communicating, Darren and I started communicating after Thanksgiving, and he preferred doing exercise 1A because he didn't have a smartphone. He suggested a couple others, but I liked that one as well. So we landed on that, and I did some research on different locations, and one of them was Pioneer Mother Statue in Esther Shore Park. He also suggested a few different locations, but I didn't even have a chance to really look at them before he said, yeah, let's do this one. So the idea that I suggested behind it was that we turned it into like a fable of how this mother and her children were um, frozen in bronze, basically in time, and to kind of create this fun story around it. Because we were so tight for time, and I was worried about people feeling pressured and stressing over it, I suggested we make the project a game. And then I suggested some parameters for us, and then I just started making rules, and nobody objected, and so I figured that's what we were playing by. So I posted those on the About section of our page. Basically, everyone was required to do 4 to 6 narrative posts and 4 to 6 other kinds of posts, be it photographs or video or statistical information or maybe a journal entry from the person from the time period. Darren and I talked a little bit about plot. Actually, these messages that Darren and I were sending were copied for everyone, so everyone saw this communication, or they had the opportunity to and to chime in, but not everyone did all the time. So anyhow, we talked about plot, kind of what ideas that we might have for the storyline, how maybe we wanted to end, but we didn't talk in depth about anything. We kind of wanted, or at least I did, wanted to leave um, that up to the game. I really wanted characters to develop and for things to happen organically just by people getting on and posting. And basically, it's like that story game where one person starts the story in a circle and then they stop, and the next person has to continue where it goes and just continue on and go around the circle like that. And that's kind of how we played it on the Facebook page. What was neat about it was that we all had to do research, of course, to figure out where they were on the Oregon Trail, which is what we chose because it seemed to coincide with the Pioneer Mother, and the Oregon Trail happened in the early 1840s is when most people were making migration on there. So that was the timeline we chose, and I missed where I was going with that. But anyways, what was fun is as they were moving across the Oregon Trail, we were posting things about the areas that they were in, which I thought was really fun. So you could see factual information and pictures and images, and even like I put in some quotes from immigrants who traveled the Oregon Trail, what their experience was like. I liked that aspect of it, having some factual in with the fiction. So it kind of became a historical fiction digital storytelling game. What I did not like about the project was that I feel like it could have been something really great, something really neat, but that it fell short of that by quite a bit. Part of it was that we weren't as motivated about it. Probably also that it happened in such a short period of time. We didn't really have a lot of preparation for it. We were kind of researching on the fly and posting on the fly, which in itself is actually pretty cool for an online interaction. I think that's neat that we even built a story that way. But I think because of that, we were also very limited on the quality of work that we could produce. Something that I kind of wish we hadn't done that we did was that we kept the narration mostly tied to letters back and forth between the husband and wife. And I think because of that, the literary aspect of it was lacking. I could see if we were narrating the tale that it could have been much more beautiful and have a lot more impact just by the word choice and how sentences were structured. But because they were letters, and not to say that it can't be beautiful in letters, I think that we didn't do it as well as we could have. And honestly, I think part of that was like, for me, I didn't know exactly how people spoke back then or how they wrote the letters. Some people did write beautifully in their letters, pioneer letters, and others, and this is what kind of troubled me. One of our woman was a Native American. And so I almost felt like, and Darren made that choice, which was fine. I mean, as soon as he started posting, he made her a Native American, which I thought was great. But I also thought, gosh, can she write letters this well? You know, would that be accurate? Would that be true to form? But that's how it started, and so we just kind of stuck to it. But I think that having her challenged that way in her letters would have made it even more interesting. And because everything was tied down so fast with the ending, I think the ending is incredibly lacking. But, you know, we were trying to get Parker involved to tie it up. I don't think he did very many narrative posts, and I was hoping that he would step up and do his narrative posts at the end to tie the story down. And Marcos, I think I had a couple more that, or at least one more that he could do, and he did, but I don't think Parker did. So anyway, that's about it. Yes, I liked the class. I honestly hate that the Angel class board is going to be taken down, because I want to look back at all the digital storytelling lessons and material, because I find it highly interesting. I am a CMDC major, Creative Media Digital Culture major, and I'm double minoring in English and media, or communications, whatever they call it, I don't know. And then I have a professional writing certificate. So what I want to do in the future, I'm not really sure. I would like to probably write on the side, because I honestly started out as an English major, or humanities, English and DTC, and my dad's a writer, so I grew up around that, and I think it's fun. But I do want to be employed if I ever get a job, so I changed it to DTC. So anyhow, that's about it. Thanks so much for the class. I enjoyed the subject matter, and oh, what was hard for me? The fact that in the beginning of the class, the lessons were completely confusing. I didn't know what lesson I was supposed to be on, and you did fix that as things got underway. The other thing was difficult was I didn't really know the expectations, what exactly we were supposed to do every day. Kind of had to figure that out as we went along. Discussion boards, I didn't know if I was supposed to respond to people or how many responses I was supposed to give. So in the beginning I was doing 2, which was kind of standard for my other classes. But then it didn't seem like that was required, or that there was any feedback regarding that, I guess. So that eventually petered off, and there didn't seem to be any objections. So, but anyhow, that's it. Thank you. I will send you the JPEG and the link to the article, and or you probably got it because you are seeing this video. All right, I'm done. Thank you. Bye.